That's what I'm talking about. Blue Jays win 2-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays and win the series 2-1. And that was fantastic. The Jays are now 11-20. Now it sucks. Yes, the record doesn't look good, but you got to slowly grind it down. Now the last two of the last three series, the Jays have won. 2 of the last 3 series have been against the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's a divisional opponent. You know, I can't see Tampa being a team that's going to be near the top down the stretch, but it's a team that you got to beat in your division, and they did tonight. And big news, though, Joe Biagini gets his first MLB start in this one, and man, was he good. Through 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, wasn't earned because of the error by Devin Travis, didn't walk a batter, and struck out 4. He was great. He was pitching ahead, throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, and when you do that, you're in a great spot, right? Once you fall behind, things get a little bit nervous, and then things start to fall apart. But he was ahead most of the game, and he was so good. And the bullpen did their thing tonight. They did what they had to do. Aaron Loop continues to pitch really well. Pitched an inning, no hits. He hit a guy, but nothing else happened. His ERA now is down to 0.71, which is unbelievable. Let's just keep our mouths shut about it, though. How we do that? Ryan Tepera comes in, and he has done a lot of this of late, pitching long stretches. I mean, he did only pitch 2 innings, but normally relievers only go the 1. But he pitched 2 innings, giving up no hits, no runs, 1 walk, but striking out 4 of the 6 outs that he got. Very good job by Ryan Tepera. Did a great job there. Joe Smith might be turning out to be an 8th inning guy. Comes in the 8th inning, pitches 1 inning, no hits, striking out a guy, and a clean inning of work in the 8th. And then Roberto Osuna gives us a little heart attack in the 9th. However, he comes through, pitches an inning, gives up the 1 single to Rasmus, and then walks Souza, but strikes out 2, and that is the ball game as the Jays win 2-1. Now Roberto Osuna's ERA continues to drop, which is nice, and he grabs his 4th save of the season and 3rd in a row, which is very good to see from Osuna. Not a lot of hits in this one, though. Alex Cobb was fantastic for the Tampa Bay Rays, as combined there were only 7 hits, but the Jays had 4, Tampa had 3. Great stuff. Now, what was the run support, though? Corey Dickerson singled in the 3rd inning. Again, that was off the error from Devin Travis, and that run came around to score. It was 1-0 for the longest time, or at least it felt like it. Only happened in the 3rd inning. We tied it up in the 6th with a first pitch single from Russell Martin. Now, something I will continue to preach until the Jays start raking first pitches. Kevin Pillar gets a double on that play. How? Swings on the first pitch and doubles. Russell Martin singles to left on the first pitch. Scores Pillar. Blue Jays tie the game at 1. Then Darwin Barney comes up in the 8th inning. The game is tied, and we don't want to start seeing Colomé come out. We don't want to see any of that. So Darwin Barney on a 1-0 pitch clobbers it. Absolutely clobbers a mistake from Alex Cobb. Deep to left. His first home run of the season, Darwin Barney. And the Jays got the 2-1 lead. Obviously couldn't get anything else going, but it doesn't really matter because the Jays come away with the 2-1 victory. Now, we're done talking about this game and this series because it was a successful one. Yesterday was rough. It was a joke. But we won the 2 series around that game. Or the 2 games around that game. So you win the series. Good stuff. You've won 2 of your last 3 series. All right, let's keep it moving. But it is not going to be easy as, yes, the Jays come home. But they are taking on the Cleveland Indians, and tomorrow night, Edwin is back. He is home. I don't care what you guys say, Toronto is probably home to Edwin. There will probably be some tears from Jays fans, including myself, and Edwin himself, hopefully. It was just so nice to see some emotion come out of him there. But if we're looking at pitching matchups and how this series is going to go, it is not going to be an easy series for the Jays. You know, game 1, it's supposed to be Trevor Bauer and Marcus Stroman I'm pretty sure he's going to be good to go in Game 1 tomorrow night. And Trevor Bauer, I mean, he was dynamite last year for Cleveland, but this year he's had a rough start, 2-3 with a 7.67 ERA. That is rough. But Game 2 and 3, or it hasn't been confirmed, I guess, Game 2, but I think it's supposed to be Carlos Carrasco, who the Jays don't usually have a good time against. And then the finale, it's Danny Salazar, who the Jays don't like seeing either. So it is going to be a tough series. The Jays got Lariano going Wednesday, and again, there's nothing here for Tuesday. So the Jays still have that hole to fill. Will it be Mike Bolsinger? We've been hearing about that rumbling around. We also heard today about the Jays being interested in Doug Fister. The free agent obviously still has not been signed. Jays are one of many teams that are, I think it's like 4 teams that are interested in him. Wouldn't be a bad fit because of the J. Happ and Aaron Sanchez injury. We don't know what the extent of those injuries are, so it would be good to get kind of that guy who can fit a good role, and I think he would be a nice fit if the Jays do that, because they're interested in him. We saw that a lot of that in the offseason. The Blue Jays are interested in this guy. The Blue Jays are very interested in this guy, but nothing ever happened. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with Fister. But nonetheless, Jays win the series. Tomorrow, Edwin's back, and Bauer and Stroman is the pitching matchup. All right, so you know what, guys? That is gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this game, because it was a very good one to watch, a pitching duel. For sure. Very fun one to watch. All right, if you guys enjoyed this one, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What do you guys think of this game? What do you guys think of Joe Biagini's first start? And what are your expectations for the series against Cleveland? Let me know, and we'll talk to you guys a little later tonight, Raptors edition. I will probably be uploading the video about 8 o'clock, something like that. You know, I got a lot of stuff to do as well as watch the game. And I won't be able to get the video out to you guys till about 7:30, 8 o'clock, maybe even 8:30 if things go longer than expected. All right, so just give you guys the heads up now, and we'll also talk to you guys Jays edition like we've been saying. Tomorrow night, Jays, Indians, Marcus Stroman, Trevor Bauer. Edwin's home. We'll talk to you guys then.